Gentlemen, ladies, folks, Sandamtod here. Here. Doing a bit of a mishmash pick 'em ups video. I thought in honor of, in memoriam of Al Matthews, aka Sergeant Apone, passing at the ripe old age, I believe, is 75. I keep looking to see if he's on screen. I thought we'd watch Aliens while we did this. Anyway, yeah, this is a couple of weeks worth of stuff. Really, it's stuff that I got this past Sunday, something I got a week ago, last weekend, so 2 weekends ago, and then something that came in the mail today. So, I don't know if we sound like we're in a wind tunnel or if the music's super loud. Stuff I never pay attention to because I'm too fucking preoccupied with talking. So anyway, yeah, a couple of weeks. I think I did a video, my last video, I'm trying to remember what it was even about, what pickups I had. I think it was about that Reckoning game and something else. I don't know. Reckoning's the one that I've been playing, so I don't know. I can't remember what the other. I think Demon Souls. I haven't even played that, or that other one, Bloodborne. I haven't played that either. But Reckoning's okay. It's a bit of fetch quests and kind of running around right now, which is fine. But 2 weekends ago, I decided, for some reason I needed to go to Best Buy. I don't remember exactly why. I think I needed to pick up a flash drive or something, and I wanted to get one that was a decent size for a decent price. Actually, I think this is it. It's the one I picked up. That one's 64 gigs, and it was like $20 or something. I don't know. So I went there to get it. And I picked up two of them, actually. I think I picked up a 32 gig one for like $8, and then that one for whatever it was. And while I was there, I was looking around at the video game stuff. Actually, I didn't get hassled this bad this time. Remember, I think I talked about one other time when I went in there, I think for that my red PS4 controller, and it was just like, man, it's like they're on a conveyor belt coming out of the back, and every single person would stop and ask me if I needed help. This time wasn't too bad. I was in the movie section, kind of looked around. They had quite a bit of selection as far as the steelbooks and stuff. Movies that I haven't picked up yet, like Thor and Captain America, some of the original Marvel movies, the first ones, they have released with these steelbook versions, and I thought they looked kind of cool. But I wasn't in the market to spend a lot of money on stuff like that. I picked up something and carried it around for a little while. It was a DVD. Oh, Pacific Rim. I had the Blu-ray. I think it was like $8 or something. And I love Pacific Rim. The second one was god-awful. But the first one's pretty good. The first one's cheesy good. The second one's just bad. So, I mean, I like the one kid that's in it, the guy that plays Finn. I can't think of his name offhand. But he's the son of the guy from the first movie that was the guy in charge. Idris Elba is who he is. I can't think of the character's name in the movie offhand. But he was supposed to be his son, and they actually kind of looked, had the right look and kind of attitude. I thought they kind of seemed like they could be actually father and son, which kind of, I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, but other than that, I mean, it felt just like, I don't know, Goonies or something. Goonies with giant robots. But the first Pacific Rim I liked. I think it was like $8, and I was carrying it around. And I decided, I went back, found the flash drives, got those. I knew I was getting those. I'd already looked at the movies on my way through and then went to the flash drives. So I was like, do I dare go over into the video games and stuff? And I was like, I guess I do. So I started sauntering over there, and right as I enter the area, you know, the guy asked me, he's like, are you looking for anything in particular? And I go, not really. I just giving it a once-over, you know, kind of deal. And he's like, cool, let me know if you're looking for anything in particular or not seeing it, and we can look it up and see if we have it, you know, or whatever. And I go, all right. And I kind of looked around, looked at the PS3 games. You know, most of them were, even I think even Best Buy and stuff sells used stuff now, like Walmart, and pretty sure Best Buy does too, sell, you know, used merchandise, which is fine. The prices are, you know, what they are. Nothing's really, you know, and like I said, I bought, maybe 15 or 16 PS4 games now for the system, and I've had it 6 months, and I only really played XCOM 2 and then the War of the Chosen DLC that I downloaded for XCOM 2. Other than that, I really haven't put very many miles on the system. I mainly went back to my PS3 because there's just so much that I'm still wading through, and graphically it's not that big of a downgrade, and I just haven't hit a game really on the PS4 that I was like, other than XCOM 2, where it drew me in enough to be like, I'm going to drop everything else and play this. And but I know it's there, you know, it's there one day for when I do decide to really pursue filling that collection out and playing those games and titles. It's there and ready to roll. It's like I got Bloodborne, and I got the Outlast trilogy, and I got, you know, Fallout 4, you know, and it's like I got them there. They're ready for when I'm ready to play them. So, man, I'm talking a mile a minute, getting kind of dry. So we're looking at the games. Nothing's jumping out. Go around to the other side. I think I saw something. I don't know what. But I think it was a strategy guide or something, but it was kind of pricey. And I was like, if it was a little cheaper maybe. But I forget what game it was for that I would need a strategy guide for. But I was like, what, you know, it'd be kind of cool. And then right at the end of that thing, they had like one of these cardboard like bins, you know, where they're kind of made out of cardboard with a bunch of games just kind of shoved in it. And it said clearance, you know, clearance stuff. And I start flipping through there, and nothing's jumping out at me really. There was a lot of Xbox One titles in there too, and I don't have an Xbox One, so I was like, da. And there was nothing. And then about third from the bottom or something, I found this game, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I have the fever from the second movie just coming out and all that, or whatever. But it's from a pretty good company, you know, and I was like, well, you know, I'll give it a shot. And but it was $20, and I told you $20 is kind of my cutoff, and I don't know what this game's really going for. I think I checked online, and I think it was about in the range of 20-ish. I maybe could have got it a couple bucks cheaper used or something, but it was brand new. But it was in the clearance bin. And so I went ahead and picked this up and stuck it in. I played the first level. And it is pretty cool. I'll go ahead and show it, though. It is the PS4 version of Deadpool. Now, I don't know if they released this on the PS3 and stuff. I don't recall. I think this came out shortly after the first movie. And Ryan Reynolds does not do the voice. They do a couple side jokes with Deadpool referencing Ryan. You know, he's like, Ryan tried to Facebook friend me again. And he's like, you know, doesn't that guy get the hint or something like that? But, the game, and there was no instruction book. But the first level starts off pretty quirky. You kind of start off in his apartment, and you kind of get up and start moving around, and somebody knocks on your door, and you go answer it, and you can start a mission, or you can go back to the apartment, go back to looking around the apartment, which I did, and you slam the door in the person's face and walk off and start looking around the apartment. And there's little things you can click on in there, and different little jokey things happen, or he'll say certain things, and it was funny. And he's got the split personality thing going on in the game, where he's got like two voices going on anyway. One that's kind of a more brainy guy, and one that's more kind of an idiot, and then he's kind of the idiot in the middle. But it's pretty funny, and some of the things he does and references are pretty quirky. It's funny how you get used to the movie or something, and then you try to play something that's not 100%. You're like, well, you wouldn't do that in the movie. And I'm like, well, fuck, the game or the comic came first, you know. So what came first, the chicken or the egg, the comic or the game or the movie? But anyway, this was pretty cool. I don't know if it's $20 cool for everybody. I'm fine with paying that. It's kind of a hack and slash. Basically, it reminded me a little bit of a Devil May Cry, because you have your guns, but you also have your swords. So it's like doing sword stuff and then doing gun stuff, and kind of chaining your combos a little bit. So it felt kind of like Devil May Cry. So if you like a Devil May Cry style, a kind of a hack and slash, this is kind of your deal. And it was broken into missions, which I do enjoy. Like I said, having it broken into kind of like mission breaks, as opposed to it like, at least it seemed like I reached kind of a point where there was like a stoppage to a mission. It wasn't just like go, 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 open world, you know, madness. It was more broken up. So, yeah. So I got that 2 weeks ago. I got the dry mouth, because I talk and talk. I don't know how you guys listen to this shit. I'm listening to it. Now I have to listen to it again when I edit it together. And I'm like, God, dude, shut up. There wouldn't be much of a video, though. It'd just be dead air. I don't want to do that. Just sit and stare at y'all. Just... Okay, that's enough. Okay, so anyway, this past week, I was real busy at work. I told you I worked a lot of overtime last week, about 2 hours minimum a night, and one night I worked 4 hours, and that's mentally exhausting, because my job is not physically exhausting, but it's hard to get your brain to shut off at some point. And so I wasn't hardly sleeping. I was sleeping like 3 or 4 hours a night, and then going into work again for like a week. So I was like fried. So this last weekend, I really just slept the day away. Saturday, it's like I slept late, got up, ate, watched something, took a nap, you know, got up again, took a shower, you know, then like I think I went out for a little bit, and then came home and went back to bed. You know, it was just kind of like... But Sunday was my little niece's birthday, and I had to go. Well, I didn't have to, but I want to go and to the birthday and go up there. And it was like one of those places that, like, for kids, it's like a gymboree or whatever the hell, where they go and they can just jump around, and there's slides and ball pits and, you know, that kind of stuff. And they just go crazy jumping around on all the stuff and doing all the climbing around and all that. And so I do that, and I visit with my sister, and my dad came out for a little while and brought a present for my niece, for his granddaughter and stuff. I hadn't seen my dad in a while, probably 6 months. I mean, he looked all right. You know, he asked me how things were going, and I told him things were going fine. I just went to the doctor. Other than having a cold, I mean, the doctor seemed like everything was on track, and I should just really keep trying to lose weight, you know, and get my weight down as much as possible, because that'll help everything all the way around from any problems that could foreseeably be in the future. So, but after that, I decided when I left, I can't stop myself. I was like, well, I'll run over to GameStop here in Liberty. Liberty's about 15 miles north of where I live. And actually, to gauge that, to my sister's house from where I live is probably only about 2 more miles than it is for me to drive the opposite direction to where I work. So, yeah. So the city's pretty spread out for me. And so I was in Lathrop, not Lathrop, Liberty. Lathrop's where my cousin lives, Joe. And I get out of the car, and they had some games out in those cardboard kind of display things at the front. And it said, real big on it, 4 for $10. And I was like, 4 for $10? And I get up there, and of course, there's a little bit of fine print, and that's where we'll get into the details. I shot a little bit of footage just in the store of the sign that said 4 for 10. I'll put it on the video somewhere. I don't know. I might put it in the little corner thing over Apone. But anyway, it's just a 4 for 10 sign. So I'm looking through these games, figuring that all the games they have out there are games that are toward this sale. But that's the deal. They weren't. The thing is if you read the thing, it said the games that qualified for the 4 for $10 deal had to be $4.99 and under. So anything that was even $7.99 didn't fall into this thing. But they had games out there that were $7.99, $8.99. Mixed in with these, $3. I don't know if other people carried them out there and put them in there or what, but that would mean they were walking out of the store with something. So I don't think that was the case. I think the employees set it out there with games in it that didn't go toward this sale. And then you get up to the counter and you're like, well, that game doesn't qualify. And then you're like, so what happened was I went inside and was looking at some of the games inside, and I noticed the sign in there, and I was like, oh, so the games in here are also, I thought they were just in that thing outside. And then that's when I read on it, the $4.99 and under deal. The deal is I'd already picked out at least 3 games, and 2 of them were over the cost of $4.99, so I had to put those back. So I really did a little bit of looking. And I don't know. One of these I know is pretty good. The other one, I don't know. Who knows. But anyway, I can say that I did stick this one in. This one ended up being my last grab. It was $4.99. And it's this game called Lost Planet 2. It looks like there's a campaign mode. It looks like it was pretty heavy into multiplayer online. I don't know if this still really is a thing or not. But it looked like there was a pretty big multiplayer portion of this at one time. But there is an offline campaign mode. And I did start it, and it seemed kind of cool. It actually kind of started off like Final Fantasy 3 or 6, whichever one you want to call it. See, it was 6 overseas. It was 3 in America. But it starts off with these like mech things, and you're like walking through these like snow field. It just reminded me, for some reason, of the beginning of Final Fantasy. So, but it seemed interesting. The instruction booklet is big and fat. The game is in good shape. The instruction book is pretty beefy, and I'm not sure why exactly. But it looked like you have a group, and it fills them in with random characters and AI characters, and then you can kind of play a campaign type of deal. So I don't know. I stuck it in. It looked okay. Basically, it was $2.50. So what are you gonna do for $2.50? Spend it, I guess. I hope we're still going. Oh, yeah, we got a little bit of time left. The next game is a total I just grabbed it because it was $2.99. I have no clue if it's any good. It looks like an earlier title as well. But it's made by Ubisoft, which I usually like Ubisoft stuff, so I don't know. But I went ahead and picked up this game called Haze. And I don't have high hopes. I don't really know. The back kind of looks like a cover-based shooter type of thing again. So you know, I don't know. I kind of dug Fuse, so I'm willing to give some of these other cover-based shooter-type games a go and just see. And it doesn't have to be, just because it's $2.99 doesn't mean I might not enjoy it. Fuse was $5 and I enjoyed it. So I mean, what are you gonna do? So Haze, and I'm gonna go ahead and start the camera over because I think it was pretty close, and then we'll talk for a while longer. All right, we're back on. Okay, so the deal was, I guess I'll get into that after I show the other two. I have one 360 game here. I kind of grabbed this one on a whim, and it's because I picked up the PS3, the second one of these. So I saw this one for the 360 because literally I was like, I couldn't find 4 PS3 games that I either didn't already own or weren't under that mark. So I ended up grabbing one 360 game, and I stuck this one in, and the cinemas looked pretty sweet, starting up, and it looked like you had a choice going forward in the beginning of a few different classes or whatever. But I picked up this game called Sacred 3, and I think it was $3.99 or $4.99. I don't know. It had to be under $5. That's all I know. So let's just say, I know the Haze was $2.99. Let's just say all the other ones were $4.99. But it was complete. It says Sacred 3 is an arcade hack and slash game for up to 4 players. Choose some legendary heroes, fight together against the rise of evil. Set in the war for Ancaria, who knows, some made-up place. You'll face hordes of green mocks, brute beasts, legions of mercenaries, and undead wizards. Develop your character's skills and abilities and band together to use powerful co-op abilities and tactics. I don't know. This looked a little more interesting than the Sacred 2. And to tell you the truth, I actually thought I bought Sacred 2 for the 360 as well, and then when I went looking for it, I couldn't find it, and I went over and looked at my PS3 games, and I was like, oh, there it is. And Sacred 2 is one of those that I kind of started. It's kind of like Reckoning as well, and it's okay. And then the camera angle on Sacred 2 was bad. It's like the right joystick just zoomed in or out of the camera, so it pulled way back or push way in on the character. And there was no like way to like tilt it, so you were more kind of behind them as opposed to like this weird kind of bird's eye kind of thing, or like 2/3 bird's eye. So anyway, that one was $4.99. And then the final one I picked up, I know this is a decent game because I actually already own it for the 360. It's got a little sticky on the back because I peeled the price stickers off of these, but I didn't clean this one with like the Goo Gone stuff or whatever. But I went ahead and picked this up. I figured why not. I never beat the one on the 360, but I picked up a copy of Dragon Age Origins for $4.99. But basically, they were 4 for $10. It was $10.85 with tax, so they were like $2.60 a piece, or $2.55. So anyway, yeah, it's all sticky right here on the back, but it's complete. It looks like somebody took a hole punch or something and punched the corner out of the artwork. I don't know. I can always probably find that or scan that at a high resolution at my work and print off a better copy and fill in that corner. I can always do that if I really feel like that's a big deal. A couple of these, like this case is kind of off-colored, but it doesn't have that smoke smell that one did. So it might have just been in a weird spot where the sun was hitting it or something, and it got kind of yellowed. This one's kind of that way too. It just looks kind of hazy. But what I was going to say is when I went up there, she grabbed the games that I had and that I had taken up there and set them over there and started looking through the thing. Well, you know, at GameStop, when they look through the drawer, sometimes they already have copies that are in cases already, in the thing, and they'll just pull it out and look and see if the game's in there and lay it on the counter and give you that one and not give you the one that you picked out. Well, I watched her do it, and the first thing that I noticed was the first one she found was the Lost Planet. She snapped that game into the case, so it had the instructions in it already when I picked it out. So she actually snapped this one into the case. It was in just like one of those little things. And so I knew this one was cool. The next one was the Haze. And when she pulled, when she looked for it, they already had one in the thing, in the case, or in, you know, the thing where the games are in the case. She pulled it out and set it on the counter and started looking for the next one. Well, and then she turned around and laid this one on the counter. Well, when I picked it up and looked at it, for one, it didn't have the instruction book in it. And the one that I had picked out did. Or was it? No, this one did have an instruction booklet in it. The one that she gave me also did. But I noticed that the art in the case on the one she was going to give me was cracked and ripped all the way down this edge, about an inch. And so when she turned around with the third game, or with the other two games, she had the Sacred and the Dragon's Age. But I was watching her pull the Dragon's Age. When she did it, she did the same thing. It was already in the case. She pulled the other one out of the case, set it there, and set the other one to the side, and then found the disc for the Sacred and snapped it in. So the Sacred one was fine. It basically just has like a little half sheet fold over thing, and that's it in it for instructions. And that's it. This one, she snapped the game in, so that was fine. But when she turned back around, I go, I think the one that I gave you had a little better case on it than this one does. Can I get that one instead? And she goes, oh yeah. And she turned around, and that's when I grabbed this and I picked it up. And I looked at it, and there was no instruction book. And I knew the one that I grabbed did have an instruction book in it. And I go, and the Dragon's Age had an instruction booklet in it, and this one that you have here doesn't have the instruction book in it. And she goes, oh, and she grabbed that one too. And she turned back around and she gave me, and she took the instructions in the game out of this case, out of the old ripped case, and put it in the better case, and snapped it shut and set it down. And then she opened up this one and opened up the other one and just pulled the instruction book out of it and put it in here. So actually, I didn't really notice, but actually the case art might have been okay on the other one, but I didn't really notice. But I did notice enough this time to pay attention when they were stamping the shit in there, because I'm like, I know that they all had instruction books. All four of them had instruction books. And not only that, I was like, that one, when I saw the case, and I was like, nah, man, you got like 3 or 4 copies of this at least. And I was like, I'm not taking the one that's ripped. If it's the last one there is, and I really want it, then yeah, otherwise, no. So I was like, can I get the other case? This one's pretty beat up, and you're missing the instruction book in this one, and it was in that other one. I'd like, I was wondering if you'd put it in here. So, smart Adam this time. I remembered. So we got Sacred 3 on the 360, and then we have Lost Planet 2, Dragon Age, Origins, and Haze. So, yep. So this was $10.85 or 58 cents or something like that. I think it was 85. So, they were under $3 each for those. So I can't imagine that. I know Dragon's Age for me is worth $10. So I was like, well, that's fine. And so that was my Sunday, this past couple days ago Sunday, pickups. And then I got this package in the mail today because I had ordered a couple more rock candy figures. I don't know how long we've got left. We got some. And So anyway, I got this package. It's just a rock candy figure, but I'll cut it open and show it. I've got 2 on order actually, so I really don't know which one this is. And then I've got 1 or 2 other ones I've got in mind, but I don't know that I'm going to buy them. I just have them like bookmarked. I really cut back on the pops because I just don't have the room, and they're cute, but I don't need that many of them. So unless it's something I really, really dig, like Westworld or you know, Preacher or whatever, at this point I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, well, that's cool. I was thinking it might be the other one, so it's kind of cool that it was this one. This is another Harley Quinn figure, so I have a total of 4? Yeah, 4. So this rock candy figure is the Harley Quinn DC comic Bombshells figure. That's what it looks like. And the logo's kind of gold foil embossed on there. That's kind of cool. I take these out of the box, so I might take it out of the box real quick. It was like $10 or something. I don't remember. I don't know. It was like $10 or $12. That's about the going rate of them. So, anyway, yeah, I have the Harley Quinn one where she's wearing the standard Jester outfit. I have the one from the Suicide Squad, and then I have the one. What's the other one? Oh, I know what it is. I can't think of it offhand. There's another one out there, and then this one. I don't know. I can't think of what the other one is offhand. Brain fart. So, alright. This was pretty cool looking. I like these two. The boxes are smaller. They don't take up as much room, and I take these actually out of the boxes instead of leaving them in. Come on, Adam. Oh, good. That post is firm. That's cool. There we go. She's got Joker on the back of her jacket, and she has a bat symbol on her belt buckle. The Batman logo. And then it says something on the jacket. It says Joker's Wild. So, yeah. That's kind of cool. Really cool. Sweet. So, yeah, I'm going to add this one to the shelf out there. Still don't have any male figures. They're all females. And the next one that I have actually is Furiosa, the Mad Max Fury Road one. And then I have a couple. There's like one other Mad Max one. One of the other girls, I don't know, but it was like an exclusive, so they're not that expensive because it really wasn't that sought after, but they were only like 2,500 made or something, so I'm like, ooh, limited edition, you know. I don't even know. It's not the Splendid girl. It's one of the other ones, Precious, or one of the girls. I think the name was it's like Capable. I think is her name. The redheaded chick that had like the goggles on or whatever. I don't know, something. It was about $12. I don't know. I'll probably end up getting it. Who knows? So anyway, I'm going to sign off and go put Harley out with the other ones. And I'm trying to think of what the third one is, and I can't freaking think of it. There's the one where she's in the Jester outfit. There's the one where she's in the Suicide Squad. I don't know. I know there's two of them that I don't have. There's one where she's in like this cheerleader outfit. Not cheerleader, but she's got like, I don't know. It kind of looks like a cheerleader type of thing though. And I don't know. I just don't really like the figure that much. And then there was another one that's like a black and white figure where she has like a huge mallet, which I don't mind. It was like a Walmart exclusive, but I just haven't bought it. I think I have it like saved searched on eBay. I'd be damned if I can think of what that fourth Harley Quinn is, but I know there's another one. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for coming by, folks. That's my kind of rant and roll and a little bit of pickups and some miscellaneous junk. And we'll try to do something else soon. Thanks for coming by. And leave some comments if you played those games and you dug any of them, or you have any comments on, or they suck ass. You can let me know. I'm not going to cry. They were $2.50. And yeah, so anyway, I'll talk to y'all later, and thanks for watching. Bye.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?